Alright guys, we are continuing on 2016 paper 1. So the first video we actually work up to 20 questions. In this video we'll work from 21 to 40. The next video we'll continue from 41 to 60. Okay, so this question here we have, okay, let me set this in here. Yep, great. Alright, so I'm not editing the video, so whatever I'm videoing, I'll just post it directly to YouTube. Mary invested $200 for 3 years at 5% per annum. So this is actually the principal, this is the time, this is the rate. Time is given in year, the principal is the money that is invested, or the money that you receive. Or the money that you probably borrow as loan. Okay, the rate will always be in percentage. So Mary invested $200 for 3 years at 5% per annum. John invested more money. So John invested $300 at the same rate. So same rate, which is 5%. So John actually invests at 5%. If they both receive the same amount of money in interest. Alright, so Mary invests $200 for 3 years at 5% per annum. John invested more money, so both of them receive the same interest. So John will take a lesser time in order to gain the same interest as Mary because he invested more money. Right? Good. Mary invests hers for 3 years. So what you can do, you can look at the answer and tell, okay, I know John will not wait 10 years. Okay, let us read through the entire question. If they both receive the same amount of money in interest, for how many years did John invest his money? Well, looking at the answer, it's very good to look at the answer to see which one makes sense. This one is out. John cannot invest it. He will not take 10 years to get the same amount of money with Mary. Right, because he invested more money and both of them have the same rate of interest, so his money is larger. His money is actually 1.5 times Mary money. Right, good. So I know this answer will be out as well. John would not take the same 3 years with Mary. He'll probably take 2 years or 1.5 years, so it's either one of these two answers. So what we can do, we can work it out and see. Okay, so we want to find the interest, and this is the formula that we should use. Okay, this is a general formula for you to find the interest. Interest is equals to PRT over 100. Way for you to remember it is police run thief over 100. Okay, so since we want to find for the rate, we can transpose this formula. So it will be, okay, we can put this over 1, we cross multiply. So it will be I times 100 or 100 times I, so it will be 100 times I. Okay, PRT times 1 will give us same PRT. If you want to find for the rate, so you put the rate equals 100 times I over P times T. Okay, P and T is multiplying. Okay, I did this this way for you to, so let's say if you just remember this formula, you can transpose, and let's say if you cannot remember this formula, you write this one and you transpose to find the rate. So that's the rate there. First of all, we need to find how much money, how much interest Mary got. So we'll use this formula, 100 times I. How much money Mary got. So here, okay, let us find the interest that Mary got. The interest will be PRT over 100. Mary invested $200 for 3 years. Okay, the rate is 5 times 3 over 100. These two zeros cancel off. 2, 5, 10. 10 times 3 will be 30. 2 5s 10. 10 times 3 is 30. Good. So the interest that Mary got is $30, and John received the same amount of money. Right? Alright, I got carried away and did all of this. We didn't need to do all of that, but just in case, if you're asked to find a rate, that's how we transpose the formula to find a rate. Good, so this is the interest. right? That Mary received. John received the same amount of interest. But we want to know how long did John, okay, the time. So instead, okay, let me write this as a time there, and I'll change this to R. So that's the formula we'll use. The time will be 100 times I over P times R. Good, so T now will equals 100 times I, which is the interest, which is 30, over principal, $300 John invested, times the rate, which is 5. Now we do some cancellation. These 3 come off with that. 3 can go into 3 one time, 3 can go into 30 10 times, 5 into 5 one time, 5 can go into 10 two times. So 2 years. John invested his money 2 years. So after 2 years, John will receive the same interest as Mary, $30. Mary will take 3 years, John will take 2 years. Alright, I spent a lot of time to explain that. Alright, so some video you'll spend more time, some question you'll spend more time than some other question. Okay, let us read this one. I'll take my time now. A woman buys a pair of shoes at a sale. Okay. She pays $60, saving $15 on the regular price. So she pays $60, thereby saving $15 on the regular price. So therefore the regular price was this. It is $75. Right? That's the regular price. Or that's the cost price. This is what it costs. But this is actually, she pays this. This is a discounted price, $60. So this is actually the cost price. The percentage discount on the shoes is, so whenever you want to find a percent discount or discount percent, you always put the discount over the cost price and you times it by 100. So we know that she received $15 discount. So $15 over the cost price, which is $75. And here's a common mistake that person will probably put is 60, but this is the formula, the discount over the cost price, right? Times 100. Okay, we can put that over 1. 25 can go into 100 4 times. 25 can go into 75 3 times. 3 can go into 3 1 time. 3 can go into 15. 3 5 is 15, right? 5 times 4 will give us 20. So 20% discount she received. Alright, this one will be fast. -2, we need to know our multiplication rule. Positive times positive will give us positive. Negative times negative will give us positive. So when we are multiplying the same sign, our answer will result in a positive. But when we decide to multiply different signs, our answer will give us a negative. So this is basically the rule. Alright, so -2 times x will give us -2x. -2 times -4 will give us +8. So here's our answer. D. Okay, some algebra again. $X for the pen, $Y for what, box? Yeah, that's a box. Okay, total cost for 3 pen. So it will be 3 times x, which is $3x. And 2 pen, the word and can be substituted with a plus sign. And 2 boxes. The cost for a box is $Y, so 2 times Y will give us 2Y. And that's basically it. 3x plus 2y. Where is it? Here. We cannot add the 3 and the 2 because we have different variable, different letter. We cannot add those two. So we cannot put it like this or multiply the 3 times 2 and get 6xy. That cannot happen, right? So that's our answer. Alright, so here we need to do some algebra. Alright, not wrong paper. Okay, so let's try this. What do we have? We have 3a into a plus 2b minus b into 2a minus 3b. Wow, good. So we need to clear these brackets and simplify to have one of those answers. So let's see. This 3a will multiply by each element in the bracket. 3a times a will give us 3a squared. 3a times 2b will give us what? So 3 times 2 will give us 6, and a times b will give us ab. So 3a times 2b will give us 6ab. And since we are multiplying both positive, that's why I put the plus line there. Good, so we finished clearing the first bracket. Let us clear this one. Negative b times 2a will give us negative 2ab. It's good to write the letter that comes first. So instead of writing, okay, b times 2a, instead of writing b to a, you always write the number first. So you write 2ab. The letter A comes first before B in the alphabet, so it's good to write it like that. Negative B now times a negative 3B. We know that a negative times a negative will give us a positive. B times 3B will give us 3B squared. Alright, let's see. We can work out. This is 6AB, 2AB. We can work this out. So we have 3A squared. Okay, whenever we have different signs, unlike signs, we subtract. Right, so 6ab subtract, that will give us 4ab plus 3b squared. Let's see if we have that answer. 3a squared plus 4ab. Yes, here's it. Good, so we are doing well so far. Let's see, question 26. Okay, this, we have a star b equals to 2a. This problem come from the topic binary operation. Okay, so we have a star b. They can use any symbol. Most time they use star. They can use a triangle, a rectangle, any symbol. So a star b equals this. Now we need to find 2 star negative 3. Okay, so they choose to put it in a bracket. You can probably put it just like this. It doesn't matter. Alright, so what this is telling us that the first letter goes with the first number. The second letter goes with the second number. In this case, A will equals to 2, B will equals to negative 3. And since it's equals to this operation, which is 2A minus 3B, it will therefore be 2 times A, which is 2, minus 3 times B, which is negative 3. 2 times 2 will be 4, negative 3 times negative 3 will give us positive 9. And all we need to do is to add. Here's our answer. Okay, so not a problem. BODMAS. What BODMAS is? B-O-D-M-A-S. Okay, the B represent bracket. This mean of. Of can be interpreted as the index or the exponent or the indices. So that's what the of is, and so on. Okay, so here what we need to do, we cannot clear the bracket. We need to remove the small force. So this 3, each thing in this bracket will raise to that power, and then we'll multiply it by the 2. The 2 will not raise to that power 3, so therefore it will be, okay, let me write it, 2a squared. I don't know why I write BODMAS there. Anyway, B. Good. So what this means that each element will raise to the third power. So it will be 2 times the 3, and this is understood to be b to the first power times it by 3. Okay, so we put our 2 again. 2 times 3 will give us 6, so we get 6 there. 1 times 3 is 3. We can remove the bracket now. So we 2a to the 6th power, b to the 3rd power. Let's see. A to the 6b. Good. Here's it. Alright, this one is linear inequality. We solve this just as linear equation, simple equation. So we need to solve for x. We take the 3 across, so it will be 2x greater than or equal to 9 minus 3. Positive, negative, there you go. So that will give us 6. Okay, 2x means 2 times x, so we'll take the 2 across, so we'll divide. And x will be greater than or equals to 3. 2 can go into 6 3 times. So here's our answer. Alright, let me just explain something. Sometimes we can actually represent our answer on a number line. Alright, so here's a number line. 0, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, so forth, -1, -2. Good. So let's say if you want to represent this on a number line. So whenever you have the equals to, so x is greater than or equals to 3. So x can be 3 or greater than 3. So it can be 4, 5, and so on, right? So at 3, we put a circle and we shade this circle. Whenever we have the equal to sign, we shade it. If we don't have the equal to sign, the circle will be blank like that, right? And then we put an arrow like that. So this here can be represented on a number line like that. Alright, that's just some additional information, just in case problems like that. Alright, here we go. So let's see, how can we work this? Given that, okay, all of that equals 7, the value of x is, okay, let's see. There are different ways we can work this. Okay, x is common here, right? X minus 1, x minus 1. So they are common. So what I need, I can factorize x minus 1 in bracket, and then we have 3 minus 2. We can have 3 minus 2 in another bracket equals 7. And we can, this will be the faster way to work it, right? Okay, so x minus 1 remains as x minus 1. 3 minus 2, we can work this out. Two numbers, 3 minus 2 will give us 1. And this 1 equals 7. 1 times this, 1 times anything will give us the same thing. 1 times 20 is the same 20. 1 times 8. So 1 times x minus 1 will give us same x minus 1 equals 7. So we need to find for x, we'll take this -1 across the other side. So x will equal to 7 plus 1. That's 8. Alright, so now let me show you the longer way that we could have worked this, just in case you have some time and want to try your algebraic skills. Here's what you can do. If you don't want to factorize, all you need to do is to clear bracket. 3 times x is 3x, 3 times -1 is -3, So we know that whatever is in front of bracket need to multiply by each element in the bracket. -2 times x is -2x. -2 times -1 will give us +2. Good, so we'll group like terms. So we'll group 3x with 2x. 3x minus 2x, -3 plus 2 equals 7. Here we'll subtract, we leave it 1x or simply x. This is known as 1x. Unlike signs, we subtract, keep the sign of the bigger absolute number. So here we'll get -1. Good, and now we take the -1 across. So it'll be 7 plus 1. Same thing, 8. But the faster way, in multiple choice, just to save you some time. So this is a reason why they set it up like this. So the smarter math student can see, okay, we can factorize. But sometime under pressure, you might not be able to think, okay, well, we can factorize and all of that. So you can do all of that. Alright, question 30. John has x marbles and Max has twice as many. So therefore, Max will have twice, which is 2x. John has x, Max will have 2 times his own, so it will be 2x. Max give John 5 of his marbles. So out of Max's marble, Max take out of his 2x. 2x can represent any number. Probably 2x can be 40 marbles, and he give John 5. Okay, how many marbles does Max have now? So if Max take out 5, this is what Max will have left. 2x minus 5. So whatever the 2x is, you just subtract 5. And that's the amount Max will leave back with. Alright, here is a question. This is what? Rectangle. The area. So here we have 2. So we know that a rectangle, since here is 2, we can put that as 2. Here's x minus 4. Okay. Let's see what the questions say. The area of the rectangle in cm square is x squared. So they tell us that the area of this triangle, so the area actually equals the x squared. And we know the area of a rectangle, the length times the breadth, or the length times the width. Good, so let us go through the question. The equation that may be used to find the value of x. So we know that the area is equals to the length times width, and they tell us that the area of the rectangle is x squared, so it will be x squared equals to the length, which is x minus 4 times it by the width. Instead of putting the width at the back, we can just put it in front there. So this here, that's the formula that we'll use to find the value of x. Let's see if any answer is like that. X squared. Okay, here's it. Great, so you don't have to go and solve it, so always look at your answer, because probably if you don't pay attention to your answer, you might want to go and expand and simplify and all of that. Alright, the mass in kg of a bag of rice is given as 10.6, correct to 1 decimal place. Okay, this question is correct to 1 decimal place, meaning that it have a lot of decimal places, but it is just round off to 1 decimal place. Okay. The range of values in which the actual mass lies is, so to be a little more exact, it can be a little before 0.6 and it can be a little after 0.6, right? So let's see which answer will make sense here. So you can be, okay, 10.5, the mass can be greater than or equals to 10.5, less than or equals to 7. Yeah, it can be. Let's see which answer. How about this? The mass can be greater than or equals to 10.55. So this is getting closer to 6 and less. So here's it. Let me just double check. So the mass can be